What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Beyond the Gray Media. Josh here, checking in on you out there in YouTube land. YouTube, happy Friday night to you and yours. Do not worry, do not fret. You can sit crisscross applesauce. You can do whatever you need to do tonight and not worry about a thing, because I'm not going to spoil anything. We are talking about the new Zach Cregger, however you say his name, his sophomore follow-up to 2022's Barbarian. 2025's Weapons. That's what we're talking about tonight. I'm going to try to give you my thoughts on it while also trying to be brief and just not wasting your time and telling you that you need to go out and see this film. I don't know what happened to me, man. I don't know if I'm just becoming kind of like a normie, somebody that buys into hype, somebody that I don't read reviews, I don't watch the trailers, and for whatever reason, somehow Weapons, whether you have Peacock or HBO or whatever your fucking streaming service is, there was a teaser on all the time. Whatever, I'd be watching a new show and it'd be like 15 seconds of the scariest movie of 2025, Zach Cregger's Weapons. Right, you could not get away from this fucking movie. That is not a bad thing. What is a bad thing was going to the theater at 2:35 p.m. and let me tell you something. The 1:30 was pretty much sold out. The 4:30 was pretty much sold out, and I was trying to get off work and watch a movie before I had to pick up my son after school. That is a pro move. Okay, if you can fit a 2-hour movie in before that 5 o'clock window, a lot of times those times are packed because parents are thinking the same damn thing. So I went to the movies and there was only a few people in my theater because I chose the film that had subtitles. 4 or 5 people came in, 4 or 5 people left because they're like, I'm not sitting through this shit. Same size screen, same audio. I was like, what is the big deal? I kind of watch them like that when I'm going to sleep anyway. Was not really a deal breaker. What was though was 10 minutes of Eminem, Mountain Dew, cell phones, Applebee's, go fuck yourself, Squatty Potties, Alien Earth, all of these, and maybe that show's going to be good. But it started at 2:35, 10 minutes of horrible ads, right? They weren't even local. They were just all these, oh my God, it was horrible. And then you had 9 trailers, 9 fucking trailers, okay? The Strangers, Avatar, Him, Eden, Honey Don't, Toxic Avenger, which was cool, okay? Mortal Kombat, Conjuring Last Rites. 9 trailers is a long time to sit when you're on a trailer diet. The only diet I can seem to stick to, right? Whether it's alcohol or sugar, man. Trailer diet, I've gotten pretty good at because it makes my movie watching experience a lot more fun. So, Weapons is a 2025 film that opens with this kind of narration, right? And it's a kid telling you from her point of view what happened in her school. And I think it's pretty well known now that there was some children that went missing in this town at this certain time and nobody can find them. Scene, okay? That's all I'm gonna say about kind of the plot, all right? Now, it is in Pennsylvania, okay? It has really, really good color grading, color timing, the framing of the actual setup, the cinematography, if you will, was damn good. It was a different vibe right away. And in the first 10 minutes, I was thinking to myself, I hope this doesn't shit the bed. I hope this movie turns around, because the music was way different from the kind of movie that I was expecting. And sometimes that can just get in my head, whether it's kids and running, and I just remember thinking, I hope this film gets mean. I hope this film gets nasty. I hope the hype wasn't all for, and I'm not expecting it to be good. I'm just hoping that I'm going to have a good time at the theater, because it's pretty rare that I get there. And it went from, I hope it gets good, to this got damn good. Okay? I after the film, I went on Google and I was reading some of these 1-star reviews. People that wanted everything explained to them, people that said it wasn't scary, it's like all the traditional tropes that people have. All I need from a film is, can I go in there, get a cherry Coke, have a couple cans of corn, and just see what happens, man? Can I lose myself in a film? And can I do that with Weapons? Absolutely. 100. I'm trying to pick my words very, very carefully because I don't want to give anything away. Okay? This is going to remind you of other films, and you're going to have a damn good time at the theater. If you're into films that are not Blumhouse films, now this feels like a big budget movie. This is New Line, this is Warner Brothers, so there was some money put behind this. This has a little bit of a different narrative. It's got different perspectives, okay? It goes from person to person, from scene to scene, and it paints a different picture depending on who you're talking to, and it's funny. And at first I thought the comedy was going to throw this thing off, but it is black, dark humor. And lucky for me, the stuff that happens later in this movie is exactly the kind of films that I like. Okay, what they're dealing with is my bread and butter. All right. And it's got some actors and actresses that I was like, oh shit, I haven't seen them in 40 fucking years. This is exactly what I needed on a Friday at 2:35 p.m. What's it going to remind you of? It has a little bit of Sinister, Black Phone vibes, a little bit of Paranoia, some amazing tension. Okay, it's got predictable jump scares that don't jump, right? So you're like waiting on them and you're like, okay, the music is still telling you something's off here, something's wrong. There's a lot of out of focus stuff that can be a little bit cliche, but in this film, it did exactly what I wanted. When you get scenes in this film, you're like, if I was going to predict this, I hope that they would just go right at you. I wish they would do this. What I wanted to happen in my head happened like 3 times. And that is a recipe for a good film in my book. And there was a couple of amazing, like, what the living fuck moments. Like, seriously, what I wanted to happen. It's got Josh Brolin, it's got Julia Garner, it's got a cameo from somebody, it's got Shanice. It's got some fun people in this film, and it's got misdirection. It's got a little Pulp Fiction to it. It's got some crazy dream sequences. The sound design is out of control, man. My theater was bumping, okay, and it didn't just say like eerie footsteps. It didn't have any of that shit. It was just like, right? Okay, I guess now's a good time to tell you whether or not I like the movie. Okay, I've had a couple of beers. All right, tomorrow's my son's birthday. I don't know if I'm going to hit you guys tomorrow or the next day. I'm just trying to enjoy my weekend. And what I can tell you was this so far is my second favorite horror film of the year, bar none. Probably my second favorite movie that I've watched this year. It's either Weapons, Sinners, Weapons. I think the best horror film of the year might still go to The Ugly Sister, but this thing, I mean, this has so much rewatchability, I think, and it's got so many amazing characters, and it's got a little bit of long legs to it. It like takes itself seriously, but it doesn't. It's got these characters, man, that are so fun and like fresh. It's like, I don't know, if I was going to write a horror movie, I think this is the kind of horror movie that I would think to write, because it's outside the box. It deals with stuff you've already seen, but it has a damn good time with it. And I think that's what's important. I had a couple of more notes here. You know, we could talk about Paul and Alex and Marcus and the different characters and what they do, but that would be giving away too much of the film. It's got this crazy dark synth. It's got these weird songs. It makes you really want a can of chicken noodle soup. I'll tell you that right now. It has scissors and this weird, oh my God. I had a fucking blast, okay? And it could just be, you know, what have you done for me lately? Like, just capturing this moment in time right now. What's that called? Recency bias. But as soon as it was over, I was like, I need to see that movie again. Like in IMAX with 2 of my best friends. Like right now. I need my wife here. I need my brother, my other buddies. I want to see this like immediately in IMAX, because there was like 6 people in my film and it was playing next door like an hour ahead of me, and it was bumping, and my theater was bumping, and people were like, fucking incredible, man. I'm going 8 or 9 out of 10. If you're going out of stars, it's easily a 4-star film. 4.5. I'm right up there, man. You could convince me this was a 9 out of 10 horror film, but I think that it was so expertly written, and the sound design and the shots and the way that it kind of fucks with your emotions and gives you a piece of the pie while just wrapping it all up in this bow. The payoff at the end, I think that's what pisses people off, and they don't get maybe answers, and maybe they don't like the way that it's explained, and maybe they don't, I don't know. I just think, like, did you take a ride with this film? If you did, what's the fucking problem, man? This movie, like, I said, what the living fuck, like 3 times in my head, and I go, please go there, and it did. I'm not saying this is a perfect film, because there's stuff logically they're gonna be like, oh yeah, why would they not notice this, or why is that person out of place, or why are we getting this part of the story now? Like, there's gonna be that kind of stuff to every movie, but I think for a sophomore effort, this is for a big studio, man, this is like the anti-Blumhouse film. This is all that and a few bags of chips. I had a fucking blast. Go see this thing, guys. I love you so much. Take care of yourselves. That's a spoil. 10 minutes? I'm sorry. I love you.